A big part of this latest Red Dead Online update was the Naturalist role, but what also came with it was the Trapper, and the Trapper is something that has been within the story since the beginning, but a lot of players wanted that within online. And it has finally come. So in this video we are going to be breaking it down, and I'm going to be showing you exactly how to go through the Trapper and get all of these unique items. Before I do get into the video, I am streaming over on Twitch. If you do want to see any more content from me, there is a link in the description down below. Head over to there, drop a follow, and you'll be notified the next time I go live. If you do have any questions regarding Red Dead Online and the latest update, then there is also a Discord server. A link to that is also in the description. Getting back to the Trapper isn't actually called the Trapper in Red Dead Online. It's actually called Gus McMillan, which is the person that runs it. He is dotted in several locations across the whole world of Red Dead Online to suit your needs depending on where you're hunting. Gus will only show up though once you actually go through the Naturalist role. It seems like with this Naturalist role they come hand in hand despite them being against each other. You have Gus, who is all for killing an animal and converts those carcasses, those pelts, into unique items, whereas Harriet is the complete opposite. She wants you to sedate animals to get samples of them and then for you to revive the animal and let it carry on with its life. There are some problems that you may encounter if you spend some time focusing on the Trapper and then later on you change to the Naturalist role. The reason for this is because Gus, you need to kill animals. You need to get different animal parts. That does not make Harriet happy. In fact, it makes her crazy. She will end up drugging you if you go back to her to ask for supplies, to sell anything, to even do a mission with her. And then after you wake up from being drugged, you will be ignored by her for a certain amount of time. But it is worth it because you can get some very cool stuff by going to the Trapper. When we look at the content that Gus is offering, each item of clothing will require specific animal parts. To actually give these animal parts to Gus so he can actually make these different items, you need to find them within the wild, you need to kill that animal, you need to gather those animal materials, those animal parts, those carcasses, take them back to Gus. You will then sell them to Gus, and as you back out and then go back into the buy option, you will see that there is an option to craft it. In addition to just getting the animal parts, you also need the money. This isn't something where you get the resources, you go to him, and there you go, he will give you free items of clothing. You still need to pay for his services, and this can become very costly, especially if you try to get everything. There's a couple options that you can do. First off, you have garments, which is right at the top, and this requires legendary animals. If you haven't done anything for the Trapper before, when you go into the garments option, it will ask for a maple fox and a moonstone wolf, and those are the only options. And I don't know if this is a bug or whether or not Rockstar just want you to explore, but actually every legendary animal has a garment. You just need to find that legendary animal within free roam or even do the Naturalist missions, kill it, skin it, and then bring it back to Gus. As soon as you sell it to him, that specific legendary animal garment will be shown in this area. And it's not something that you have to wait to unlock it. You do not have to level up within the Naturalist to unlock it. It's available as soon as you get the legendary animal and you sell it to him. But for some strange reason, at the minute, this isn't showing it. It's only showing the maple fox and the moonstone wolf. With this as well, you still need to pay money as already said. And these can cost anywhere between $500 going up to around about $900 is the most expensive one that I've seen so far. But I should also point out that I haven't had the rarest or the coolest looking animals, so it might be pushing towards that $1,000 mark. The next option you have is different items of clothing, and this just requires different types of animal parts that you can find out the whole world of Red Dead Online. This isn't legendary animals, these are like your deers, your pronghorn bucks, your boars, your bisons, your raccoons, those types of animals that you can find across the whole world. And with these animal parts you can craft hats, bandoliers, coats, gauntlets, gloves, and even pants. The bandoliers happen to be extremely nice, so those are the ones that I've been focusing on. Yet again, with these, you get the animal parts, you sell it to Gus, Gus will then give you the option to craft it, but you still need to pay money. The next option you have is trinkets, and this is actually a very cool addition, and unfortunately I haven't had a chance to buy into them, because I haven't been focusing on any other roles since this update. And because I haven't been focusing on any roles, it means I can't buy into these, because these require animal parts, just like everything else, but they also require collectibles. And the cool thing about these compared compared to clothing and garments is these actually give you benefits. This isn't just a cosmetic item, they'll actually increase stats. So there's one on here that will provide a benefit like decreasing the speed that the horse's health and stamina cores drain by 10%. That's just one of the options. There's also some other options in here that could be very good. I think with these, even though there's not too many items right now, but Rockstar are bringing them in because collectibles, we absolutely abused it with the collector map. We managed to make loads of money and we all stocked up on many collectibles. Rockstar have now nerfed the collectible role, meaning that if you can follow that collector map, it does take you to locations where you can find collectibles, but the most expensive collectibles, being the coins and the jewelry ones, have now changed. You can go to these locations following the interactable map, and it will tell you that there is a specific coin here. You will go to that location in Red Dead Online, you will pull out your metal detector, and it will actually just be a completely random coin. And this just makes it very difficult to actually get a set now, and it makes it even more difficult if you're trying to complete specific trinkets like this where you're getting specific items, because the items that it now requires isn't an item that you can now find with ease by going to a simple location, because it is entirely random of what collectible that you get if it is one of these expensive ones. Things like bird eggs and even different types of wild flowers, they stay in the exact same location, and if you go over to a flower, you're not going to get a completely random other flower. It will still be that flower. But those were very cheap collector sets where it wasn't even beneficial for you to actually collect all of these different items within an hour to try and make money. And on top of that, these items are not used for any of the trinkets. These trinkets require very valuable items such as jewelry and even family heirlooms. But if you do get these animal parts and you do get these collectibles, it's something that you might want to invest in, as they do increase stats for your character. There's another two options with the Trapper, but those are just items that can be bought for money or gold. You don't need to get animal parts. There's also an option for ammunition here as well, as you're probably going to need that when going out to these locations to hunt these different animals. The toughest thing to do with this Trapper role, but I think it will end up being extremely fun, is trying to get every single legendary animal, killing them, skinning them, and then actually making garments out of them. The missions that Harriet gives you will make things a bit easier, but they're done on a rotation basis, and at the moment they don't have every single legendary animal in there. Some of the legendary animals are actually within free roam that you must get. We don't know yet if Harriet missions will change and give us different legendary animals each week, as a part of a weekly update every single Tuesday. If that happens, it makes it a bit easier. But at the minute, the legendary animals that are only in free roam are incredibly hard to get to spawn in. Out of the last couple days of playing this game, trying to go through all the content, I've managed to complete a lot of it, but I've only managed to get 2 free roam legendary animals, being a beaver and also a boar. The Babel fox, which is one that I really want because I really do like the garment and I think it would suit my character. I've spent probably 4, maybe even 5 hours at this point just being in the Coulter area, and I still have not got this to spawn in yet. But even though that's frustrating, it's also fun, because I'm constantly playing this game now trying to complete these sets. I now have to put time into free roam, into playing this game to get that animal. And if I don't, I'm never going to get it. So at the moment, with everything that's been added with this latest Red Dead Online update, the Naturalist role, the Outlaw Pass, even the drip-fed content that probably will be coming over the next couple of weeks, maybe even months, at the moment the Trapper is by far the best thing. And now that I've completed the Naturalist role, all my attention is going into this, and I'm going to be spending many streams playing with viewers trying to get all of these different legendary animals, so I can get all of these different garments. The last thing to talk about with the Trapper is an issue that I've seen a lot of players have to deal with. I've even had to deal with it myself, and that is definitely look at the items it requires for you to get the specific item of clothing. So for the garments, it requires you to skin the animal and for it to have that animal pelt. If you donate a carcass, Gus will not break down that carcass into a pelt and then provide you with that item of clothing. You need to skin it yourself and you need to give it to Gus, and that way that garment will be unlocked. If for example you manage to get a legendary beaver, you chuck that on the back of your horse. That's the full carcass. You then go over to Gus, you donate it to him, he will accept it as a carcass. You will get paid for that, but you will not be able to go into the menus, you will not be able to find a beaver garment, and you will not be able to buy into it. You have to find another beaver just so you can skin it so you can give the pelt to him. It is a massive pain and I hope Rockstar fix this. This isn't a bug, I think they actually intended it to be this way. But I've seen so many people struggle to find these legendary animals within free roam, finally get them, but take the full carcass to Gus, sell it to him, and for them to be completely ripped off because it now doesn't count as a garment. And it isn't just legendary animals, these are all different items of clothing within here. If you donate a deer carcass, it doesn't count as a deer hide. But anyway guys, that is how you go through the trapper, that is how you unlock all the different content, that is everything you need to know about it. If you do want to watch me live playing through this, trying to get as many different legendary animals as possible, which will then be converted into garments, then as said at the beginning, there is a link in the description down below. Head over to Twitch, drop a follow, and you'll be notified the next time I go live. If you have any more questions, leave them in the comment section. If there's something urgent where you want to know about Red Dead Online or even the latest update, then there is also a Discord server. Link to that is also in the description. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. But for now, I'm going. So see ya.